Yo, what's up, my beautiful people out there, man? What's your boy Hood, man? I'm giving y'all a holler. We got to check that audio real quick on YouTube when we get a little video connection. But I know I'm live on the platform. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since I went live. I've been working and grinding and doing all that good stuff. Let's see if the sound is working. All right, it sounds like the sound is working. Yo, so what's up, man? I want to talk to y'all today and welcome all new followers and subscribers. We grateful, man. Welcome to the channel. This is another one of my brands called Self-Madeology. That's the record company that I do music out of, and it's called Yusef Two Times. That's YUSEF, the number two, TIMES, Yusef Two Times. That's my hip hop name. But I want to highlight y'all about Katt Williams, man. It's just been like a whirlwind out here about the bro, everything he been up to, and it's just been crazy, man. So I want to talk to y'all about that. Let me know what y'all think about that, man, because he has ripped up the internet. He talked about so many people, gave them the business on the first day of the new year. Like, you know what I'm saying? He letting them know what it is, man, the first week of the new year. Cause it hit like on the fourth. You know what I'm saying? So he went crazy. And I think that sometimes you got to speak to them. One day you may become that person. But today you got to speak your truth because people like him, they're not playing. They coming out the gate. And he's been in the industry for a long time. So it's obviously bad relationships catching up to him and the people that he knows. So he's not holding out. He's not holding back. He's letting them know what's up. And a lot of people been responding. I've been hearing responses from what's his name, Phase on Love. Ludacris did a whole diss album. You know what I'm saying? And then you got who else was making statements? Everybody been kind of like making a statement on him, just trying to talk their shit because it's been uncomfortable for him. Everything he said has just been so crazy. And I'm watching DJ Academics too. He's also talking about it. So it's a lot of people just talking about this stuff, man. Everybody been confused. Cat Williams is already a legend, so he already got a name and a quality. I'll share my screen, so just give me a second here, y'all. I'm trying to figure out which one got the video that I want y'all to see. It's in South, so I got to pull it off of here. That's what's going on. YouTube, here it is. So you yank it off of there. Then it should add that screen. All right, so here we go. If you can see it. Okay, not yet. You still can't see it. I want to share the screen with y'all so you can see. We're gonna play back a couple of those videos from today. I just got to remember how you actually do it. There it is. It took a minute for it to kick in. I already did it, but it took a second for it to actually activate. So if you can see that screen, which I think you can hear this is a DJ Academics take on the situation. So that's another thing that we're going through. I want to hear DJ Academics actually talking about it because he had a lot to say. He an industry guy himself, you know what I'm saying? So he with him speaking about it, DJ Academics, you get another perspective from his vantage point. So let's let that play a little bit. And this is just part of the video with Cat Williams talking to Shannon Sharp. Yo, welcome back. Looked like we had an internet connection drop. Look like it's still the same live, so we got to pull that video back up. It was planned, but we had an internet connection drop. So welcome back. If you're watching this, I'm gonna play black share screen. Yeah, so we just had an internet connection drop on this baby. What's that? Cat day or right there. Then it looked like it take a couple seconds for it to load up when you share the screen. So normally it used to be fast, but now it take about 10 seconds. Oh bam, 5 seconds. So there we go. So now you can probably see the video, and we're gonna go back to playing it. Uh-oh. Look like we have another internet glitch. Okay, we back. Wait. So y'all hearing it directly from Katt, man. I know a lot of y'all did see the video, and I know a lot of y'all got a lot to say because comedians comedy take you away from sometimes the troubles or sorrows, to make you laugh and have a good experience. But we keep losing the internet connection, which is quite weird because this never happens. When I'm normally just on the internet, this type of shit don't happen. But maybe it's just these platforms, they're kind of weak. I don't know, for whatever reason. Which video was I looking at? This one. Let's go. Now let's see. Will it connect again? Let's see. Coming in there. So that's what this. So we're going through a little internet glitch. So we're gonna go back a foot, and there you
go. If I get there, there's 3 other black guys on there. Woo! Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. The king has walked in, and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because
Yo, we back, man. We keep losing our connection. I've been trying to show y'all this video, but they will not let moi. So we're gonna just close that down. They won't let me play the video back. Katt Williams just got through discussing when he beat Steve Harvey in a battle, and they was at a place battling. And I was watching DJ Academics talk about it. I wanted y'all to hear Katt Williams again, but cropping out video. The internet is glitching just like that. They keep giving me a glitch. But anyway, you let me know what you think about Katt because we've been watching the video, but I keep getting a glitch on the screen share. But he was talking about how he was battling Steve Harvey at a show and he won. And so it's just kind of like the internet is tricking us. So I can't. I'm trying to show turned over. But I'm going to play the video. All right.
Get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many.
Try to play it, but on the play side. So this video is back so you can see me again. Yeah, it's like every second is glitching out. I'm trying to keep it going, but we got a glitch. Let's play it. Yeah.
Doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy and he ship. Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw you? Shit.
It's glitching bad, but that's basically he's saying that they're a group. It's a gang of them, and look as somebody he's driving reckless at, and they gotta do it themselves. They gotta come back swing. And a lot of them they come back with their jokes is corny and they seem whack, and then now you look at them for what they Yeah, I was trying to screen share, but it won't let me. So the internet is going crazy. So I'm just gonna have to just talk my shit. Kevin Hart, Katt Williams, Sex the Entertainer, Faison Love, uh, Steve Harvey. Who else did he name? He named what's the boy from the radio station in Atlanta, the radio guy, Ricky Smiley. He named about 7 to 8 guys that he do not rock with. Kevin Hart, Katt Williams don't rock with these guys, and you wouldn't know that because they keep it private. When you get up on the stage, you see black dudes. You think, well, shit, they all comedians. They got to know each other. They got to be cool, but it's not like that. It's like in any job. You go to a job, you get with people, or have to be around people that you're not really fond of. If you had the choice, you wouldn't even be around them. And that is, I look like what Katt Williams was up against, and what he didn't like. And those guys are rich. Like these guys are multi fucking millionaires. So it's like you wouldn't really need certain friendships. If somebody don't like you, you just go close ranks and get around your people. Like I don't give a damn about being around somebody that don't like me. But for some reason, it irked him. He seemed a little bit like Dave Dash in all his responses. It's like, let me air all these motherfuckers out so they know once and for all how I feel. I'm not about to keep it and beat around the bush. I'm not going to be scared. He told all the motherfuckers how he felt, and they all had to take it. And then this is their time to respond. And he said they're not even funny. So it's almost like you're looking for them to respond in a funny way. But they might, and those guys are funny. I'm not going to say none of them dudes is my number one comedians, but I'm sure they're successful. They're making money. They act in movies they love and they like. But I would say Katt Williams is one of my favorite comedians, but I didn't know he had so much beef with them dudes. So it's like it made me double take. Like Ricky Smiley, like I don't really watch his shit like that. Maybe he cool on the radio, but I don't really watch his comedy like that. Cedric Entertainer, I fuck with him. I've been watching him do comedy since I was in my 20s. But I remember that Cedric Entertainer never had new jokes. So if you would have saw that nigga like 2 years later, he was doing the same routine. Steve Harvey, I never saw him live. But I saw him move through the Hollywood role, and he Hollywood road, and then he took himself and made a success story. And the list goes on of artists that he named Faison Love. I thought he was funny back in the day, but they give you such a long time before you hear their shit again. So it's like not rich again either. You know what I'm saying? So and that would leave me like Kevin Hart, who is like the hardest working motherfucker in the game right now. And his comedy is not necessarily my personal favorite. But it is good comedy, because that's Kevin Hart. So, I remember when my son was about, I don't know, 10, 11, he wanted to watch Kevin Hart. I think it was Kevin Hart's first comedy special. So my son's like, Mommy, Daddy, y'all got to come in my bedroom. We're going to watch it together in my room. Everybody climb on the bed. We all like, oh, okay, let's go to the baby. So we go in the room and shit, and he is so fucking loving Kevin Hart. He is dying laughing. Now, before I finish the story, I grew up on Richard Pryor. I grew up on Eddie Murphy. I grew up on like Tommy Davis, Martin Lawrence. So these guys were extreme funny to me. Damon Wayans, you could not beat. Nobody was as funny as these people. David Allen Greer had his style. These guys, Sinbad, they were just so funny. And then when Kevin Hart came out, I wasn't laughing as much. My wife was like, why is he not making us laugh? And I was like, we just seen too much comedy in our life. Come on, we older, we've seen all kind of comedy. That don't mean he's not good. It's just that we've seen so much. We grew up three decades of being listening to comedy. My son, on the other hand, cannot stop laughing. He is laughing uncontrollably. We sitting back laughing too, but no, like the kid going crazy. At one point, my son was laughing and he stood up. Like as he was in the middle of laughs, he was sitting on his bed and he stood up and he fainted right in front of me and my wife. He was lifeless. Like he literally just went to the ground fast. Like, poof. I'm scared as shit. I'm jumping over at the father. I pick him up, his lifeless body in my hands. I'm like, what? Hey, wake up, wake up. I start praying because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? My son just he conked out or some shit. I'm like, call 911, call 911. I'm shaking him like, Monty, wake up, wake up. And then he wake up. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? He said, what happened? I'm like, you just fucking conked out. You went crazy. We fell asleep. He was like, I don't know what happened. Thinking like, what the fuck just happened? My son just fell asleep while he was laughing. So we went to bed. We forgot about it. Next day, I explained it to one of my cousins, and he was like, yo, If your son passed out in front of you, you supposed to take him to the hospital. I'm thinking like, he all right. He like, dude, don't let nobody tell you that you shouldn't do this, man. Forget your lady, forget everybody. Take your son to the hospital. So we got him to the hospital. Tell a doctor. We was watching a comedy show. My son was laughing. We were all looking at the TV. But then all of a sudden, we look at him. He passed out on the ground, on the floor. I pick him up. A few minutes. 30 seconds, 40 seconds. He wake up. And so the doctor said, "Oh, that's vagal." We said, "What the hell you just said?" He said, "Vagal." He said it can happen when you laughing. He said if a person is laughing really laugh and they stand up, it can cut off certain air pockets in their body and they can pass out. I said, "What the fuck? This is a joke, right?" He like, "No, it's called vagal," and he spelled it for us. And I'm gonna try to look it up, but hopefully they let me screen share the screen. But it's actually a thing, and that my kid had that from watching Kevin Hart comedy, and I never heard of vagal. What the fuck even is that? So I don't even remember how to spell it, but the doctor did. So I see when I cut on the screen share, it looks like it's vagal, and it's really a serious thing. I never seen it happen to in our allowance. He only happened one time too. My son, it never happened again his whole life. But and the doctor told us that if he was laughing like that, that's how it happened. We was like, "What the fuck?" Shocked the dog shit out of us. So anyway, laughing at a Kevin Hart comedy special. I think it was called "Laughing My Pain" or something like that. His very first show. So it's gonna. It was shocking. It fucked us up. We were so surprised, and so and it was just never knew nothing like that could happen. So vagal is occurs when you faint because your body overacts to a certain trigger, such as the sight of blood or extreme emotional distress. It may also be called neurocardiogenic syncope. The vasovagal syncope trigger causes your heart rate and blood rate. Right. You may not always be able to avoid a visual syncope episode if you feel like you may find something. Okay, so that's probably what it was. So it's like my son was laughing and the blood left his brain. So he just fucking fainted. And we were shocked. Like, I couldn't believe that Kevin Hart was so funny that it made my kid have this, whatever this doctor called to get vasovagal. It was like, what the hell? I'd never even imagined something like that. So we have had comedy in our hearts for a long time. My son grew up and started being a comedian. This is like when he's a 21-year-old now. So he didn't done stand up and everything. Uh, uh, After, you know, just it is other comedians. Burn Poe, he a comedian from Chicago. He gonna do this is what you call comedy right here. He doing like a rendition of it. So let's see what Burn Poe got going. He's very funny. And the other guy on there funny as hell too. Let's see, as the internet gonna kick in. But y'all got to let me know what y'all think about it, man. Did he say the right shit? Yeah, we back, man. This thing tweaking, man. Let me see if I can play this video one time for y'all. It was already playing the Ross Cloud, man. Let's see if it's play. Kick in, screen share. There you go. You doing it. All right, now let's hit play. I gotta find.
That's pretty good too.
Oh yeah. Come on now. Katt, don't
You
do
was
that.
good at that. You good at
Come on,
that.
Katt, man.
Well, what I'm tripping on is you let all them come up here and line your
Tell me right now.
and y'all done a trip for a while. Y'all been fucking with
Come on,
face on
Katt.
love. He been a bit.
What?
When he started talking shit, he
Face
played
on.
in one movie.
So you said
And
face on the fire?
he's known as Big Worm. That's it. That's all they call him is Big Worm. He ain't never been shit.
Come on now, Katt. Come on, Katt. Let's take a toast, man. Let's take a toast. Come on. I got to drink to that. Man. I got to drink.
I'm the sure. If it weren't for me, Kevin Hart wouldn't be shit. I the one that I turned down. So
Interview that you were talking about Steve Harvey hair. So you said it wasn't real. Is it real?
everybody in the world can see that shit. How the fuck he get a straight line? Ain't nobody lying that damn perfect unless you somebody mama.
Come on now, Katt. Come on.
Yo, we got the internet still tweaking. Yeah.
Starting your own faceless YouTube automation channel, but all people do is tell you to go to freaking Fiverr and Upwork and
Stop that screen. This thing tweaking. Let me just play it. Every time I put the screen share on, it keep cutting off the video and cutting off the live. It might be glitching these time of days. I don't know, but normally it works fine. But I just wanted to hit y'all up so you can see what's going on in case you wasn't watching. Katt Williams ripping a hole in everybody in a competition game of comedy. Sometimes you gotta do a competition like that. People think that you're a joke sometimes and you do what you do. They just think that they can do it. It's a joke, really, that they think that. But you let people live. But like Katt Williams said, you can't let the losers tell the story. You can't let the people that cheat, they wait, tell the story. So he reminded me of Dame Dash. Because Dame Dash got played like that with Jay-Z. And Dame Dash had to come back swinging. And then Jay-Z started being on some, I'm rich. I ain't got to respond. And then personally, he started losing my respect. Because I was like, damn, you just don't, for years, not talk back. But we all black and supported you as a black group and supported you as an artist. As soon as you get around white people and they accept you in their little cliques, now all of a sudden you don't even really talk to niggas and, get back at us and talk that shit to us like we was used to. So it begs the question, is this nigga really important? You either got somebody who like Dame who don't mind getting out there talking shit like that. I like what Katt Williams said. All these niggas got the same wives. They all got the same wives. They went 20 years. She ain't never did an interview. You ain't never heard from her and all that shit. I'm thinking about myself like, damn, who the fuck is married to Ricky Smiley? And by the way, a lot of people claim Ricky Smiley sound gay. My girl been telling me that about dude for years. I ain't saying he a gay man, but I'm saying he sound like a gay person. I thought he sounded like he's from the South because he don't seem like an over the top gay man. But then he actually wears dresses in the majority of his movies, and that's what Katt Williams was calling out. Like you don't even be in movies. You don't even work in films. You be basically just wearing a dress to be in any kind of story that put you in, and that ain't really no real shit. He was mad at dude for acting like his ass was playing the character, the pimp character that made Katt Williams famous in Household Anything. Black Friday too. Out next Friday too. So it was basically, or Friday after next, what they call it. It was Friday too. So basically, we all watched that shit. It was like, man, we're loving Cat Williams and shit like that. But now he break down the story, and she said these motherfuckers were trying to get him raped in the bathroom. But I technically remember watching that show, and two men going in the bathroom together. It was weird. I remember watching that. I thought they was trying to push a gay agenda back then. And then he had like the pliers on his nuts. It was really weird. Yeah, the guy, because the guy was like, "Yeah, I want you, little man," or some shit like that. But he was supposed to be a pimp, and it was supposed to be like a pimp got raped. I can't even, some of the stories they put out is dumb as fuck, and it's written. So maybe people write it. This writer is kind of crazy, but then for these producers to get behind some of this shit is dumb as hell. But I mean, they actually giving people a chance and shit like that. And you be in the stories, you get your face out there, get your name out there. And it's just like, a stepping stone movie. And white people got the same kind of stupid stories and shit like that. And I watched it. I loved it. It was a good movie, but my hope, and it was funny. But it was stupid at that point when and the girl was so pretty that he was dealing with. And, I think she was a video vixen at that time, too. So it was like a girl who you knew her face, you had seen her before, and then it was all this other stupid shit coming down in a movie story. But Katt Williams said that he had to talk to the producers about that movie. And he said he ain't playing no game in it. He's not gonna get raped in there. And he said y'all got to do this better and come up with a new plan. And he said he helped write his lines. So can't nobody claim his story if he wrote his own lines. You can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? If you was a writer or somebody who was doing it, then how the fuck you gonna be talking about what I did? That's my shit. I wrote that. So it's a whole bunch of hate and a whole bunch of shade and a whole bunch of fake and a bunch of bullshit people, man, in these industries, in the entertainment industry, number one, because everybody out there fighting for the same roles and the same opportunities. So it even said that when they had to him to play in it, that he actually called the producer, Steve Harvey did, and asked him to put him as the character and not put Katt Williams' names. They went and told uh, 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 they went and told Bernie Mac that, and then Bernie Mac stopped talking to dude, and then he ended up passing away. And so you can see how the big draw, and if them draws, they ain't on shit. So stream, but I wanted to play this little video of Kevin Hart. I mean, Katt Williams, I should say, I've probably been saying Kevin Hart a lot too, of comedy by Steve Harvey, and I missed it. If I did see it, I don't remember it no more. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like one of the moments where it's like, whoa, he did what? So this to be Katt Williams having a championship battle, comedy wise, with Steve Harvey. I hit the button on share, but so, okay, it's kicking in. Yeah, you'll get a chance to see it. It was pretty fun. I'm trying to get to the nook and cranny of it because it will cut off again. So let's just try to get over to it. the internet. The internet.
You see
The internet keep kicking us off when we play a screen share. But if you would have came and watched this far, you would have saw how dope that video was. Kevin Hart cussing out Steve Harvey, 2009, on top of his head, calling him all kind of bitches and just giving him the fluxes. And it just kind of show you that if you play with people, you might win in the beginning. But one day they have a table turn or a pendulum swing or something like that, and then it just turns into you losing. So try to be respectful and peaceful with people so that if anything go wrong, it's not nothing that can come back and smack you upside the head. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately they will swing back. I'm telling you, and that's really what them guys are experiencing right now. Somebody swung back. It took maybe he had to wait a while before he was up and on top. But as soon as he got to the point where he felt like he was where he wanted to be, he smacked him upside the head and he putting it in the playing field. And I was using an analogy like this. It was going up against other teams, millions of fucking teams. He was up against millions of teams, Michael Jordan was. In his time of battling them guys, they was whooping his ass. They was putting hands on Jordan. They was fucking him up, waiting until he come to the rim and bang his ass. Like, yeah, bitch, come on. You know, playing real tough basketball. And he was hooping and winning and scoring and shooting and finessing. But they was waiting for him to get to the rim or, you know, get him out there, chopping his arm, elbow him, smack him upside the head, pull his body down, smack his leg, you know, doing physical shit that you do in basketball. But in the NBA, you're supposed to be a little bit more professional. But when you winning, people find ways to stop you. And that's really what it's called in basketball. You got to find a way to stop them. And so that's what happened. And Jordan went to his squad and was like, well, his people, the trainers, and was like, I can't beat these dudes. They beat my ass. The hell you mean? They said, you got to get strong. He's like, yeah, I'm mentally strong. No, you need to get physically strong. So you probably know the story. Jordan went to the gym, working out everything, working out, getting strong, getting strong. Then what happened? He came back and put his foot in their ass. And now all of a sudden he a legend and they weak. And so that came from hard work. That came from never giving up. That came from putting in that time and putting in that schedule to make sure he was there. So then what happened? Jordan came back to the game, beat the living shit out them bitch ass niggas. A fucking legend he will always be, because those guys go down in history as people who didn't even win the motherfucking ring. They didn't win shit. So it's like that's how it turned out. And Jordan always gonna be a legend. So you could see how he should have, those guys should have probably been a little bit more G with Jordan, and then it probably would never turned out like that. But they couldn't do that because it was his competition. Jordan found a way to be his competition. I watched basketball. I played basketball. What Jordan trick was, he kept hooping, he kept driving so strong at them that they stopped jumping. They stopped competing. They was like, you know what, go ahead. Even when the younger generation got on Jordan, they couldn't beat him. He had already had an establishment. Instead of beating him, they wanted to become him. That's what Kobe did. That's what Iverson did. That's what LeBron did, and more, and many more. And he go down to history, and those other guys got to get ESPN and commentator jobs and stuff like that. So sometimes the best is the best, and that's just what it is. Over the time when I was younger, but now as a grown man, I don't watch those dudes. You know what I mean? It's like they don't really work like that anyway. And that's what he was saying. He was like, if you ain't watching these guys because they're not around or they got better jobs, they're not good. And you know, who am I? You know how I watch them, but if you know dudes saying they ain't good, this for them to come back and show that they not only good, but they better than him. If that's what's gonna happen. And it's only one little guy, whatever extent, but they are. We are. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with Kevin Hart. Katt Williams. I keep saying Kevin Hart, but I was telling y'all that story about my son catching vasovagal. My live done stopped about 3 times and shit like that, but it's still rocking out. So I just didn't even know that Kevin Hart was that. I mean, Katt Williams was that mad at the niggas. But Kevin Hart, let's just talk about him. Katt Williams said, why you always wear a dress in every video you do? Every movie you do, you wear a motherfucking dress. What's wrong with you, nigga? And Katt Williams said that a lot of your jobs that you got in Hollywood came across my table first, and I told them I'd do it, but I can't wear a dress, and I'm going to change this right here. Well, this right there. Meanwhile, he turned around, and these niggas actually doing the jobs. They signing up for the jobs that he turned down. That was disrespectful to him. emasculating manhood. I'm not wearing no damn dress. I'm not gonna have you disrespecting me or thinking you mean you're gonna touch me or do some kind of foul shit to me about for some money. I just beat your ass. I still do what I want to do. These guys believe that there's a hierarchy in the world, that there's other humans that came out of a vagina that's above them. They believe that. They go to their grave believing that, whether it's a white person or somebody with an executive title or money, and they believe these people are above them. So a person can trick you or think that because of this title or this status, that they could do something sexual to you or physically abuse you or even just mentally abuse you. So that's why a lot of times, just like your parents or grandmother told you, you got to have a lot of mind, strength, mental strength, and you got to know who you are. So that if a person trick you or play with you and then you check their ass or get in their face or smack the dog shit out of them, and then they say you fired or you can't be here, you can't feel like you missed out. You actually won because now you don't got nobody thinking that they can disrespect you or play with you, and they can't, and this won't happen to them. No, this will happen. I'll fuck you up. Well, I beat your ass, and it'll be easier for me to live with myself doing that to you than walking around thinking, why? There's some dude that came out on the internet recently. I never really watched his shows. I'm not really a fan. I don't even know who the fuck he is, really. But I know I seen the video. And he said he was at some billionaire's house, and this billionaire tried to freak on him. He said he got drunk and he spent the night at this dude's crib. And then when I guess the dude told him to go to one of the rooms and sleep it off, next thing you know, the guy was the one climbing in the bed with him and all this stuff. So it begs the question of why would a man be wanting to sleep in another man's crib? You got an Uber, you got all these things. And if you're a grown man who's rich, why wouldn't you just call somebody who you know or your friends or family to come scoop me up? Why don't you call a cab? There's ways that you don't have to be in these scenarios, but then you claim that the guy climbing the bed with you, a man would have whooped his ass. A man would have had a fucking toe down fight right then and there. A guy who trying to question his manhood or possibilities of what's going on, he probably would have been just as mad. The guy said he was getting ready to leave out the billionaire house. He wouldn't even mention the guy's name. That's another thing that makes it weird. You don't mention the person's name that just violated you. It don't add up. And he said he was telling me, the guy said, hey, I apologize for what I did, blah, blah, blah. When he get ready to leave out the house, he said the guy grabbed his penis at the door as he was exiting the guy's house after the engagement ran it back in the bedroom. The guy had a viral video that he said all this happened. He wasn't mentioning the guy's name. So he said the guy reached and grabbed his penis 3 times before he left. So now he had attacked you in the bedroom, in your opinion, in your words. Then as you leave in the house, moments later, he grabbed your penis 3 times. Well, why don't you just go ahead and lay down with him? Because if you ain't gonna punch the motherfucker in the face or go into a frenzy, what the fuck are you talking about this shit for today? It seemed like from the outside looking in, or just hearing it from a story perspective, that guy offered you something but it wasn't enough. And then you mad about it. So now you threatening, you gonna out the person for whatever the engagement encounter was. But you supposed to, he said he got a pen or some kind of recorder to keep him. And in that recorder, he got evidence against these people. What does that mean? I don't know. But it's stuff that happened behind the scenes. Even Katt Williams said that he met that white dude who got locked up for being a freak, Weinstein. And he said the guy offered to give him a head in front of his whole team. And it's like, what the fuck? And he said that he didn't even believe that the guy would even drive at him like that. He said, then he go to the reading and there's other black dudes there. And he thinking to himself, what the hell did y'all do to get this opportunity? So you kind of gotta know who you are, man. And a lot of guys, a lot of reasons why people make these kind of mistakes or scenarios happen is because of poverty, being broke. You ain't got no money. You make out move. You move across the country. You move all these places, and then something happened. Somebody get in your face or do this or play with you like that, and then all of a sudden you're ready to kill them. But it's the stresses that you got in your own life or putting yourself under that got these scenarios occurring. And then a lot of times these people know who to try. Because if they try you and it turn into you kicking his ass, a lot less likely they're going to be doing you like that. You might not get them opportunities either, but do you really want them opportunities? Is that an opportunity that you think you're missing out on? If a person could violate you sexually or treat you some kind of way sexually and then just easily get away with it because they hired you or get away with it because they your boss or whatever title that you gave them, It is just kind of weird. So it is what it is. You got to take care of your family so you do the fuck is right for you. I do the independent route where I create my own shit and then I put it out to the world. But that's what I always been doing. I just do my own damn thing. But I see these motherfuckers out there. I'll be a fan of some of them, but you couldn't play with me like that because we're only gonna know each other a short time before I'm gonna let you understand that I ain't that kind of guy, and then it's not gonna be a good scenario. So, but those guys who do that shit, they looking for fame, money, and all that. You know what I'm saying? But stealing niggas' jokes and doing all this backstabbing and shit, that shit corny. And doing all that shit, thinking that it's not gonna catch up to you because of your title or your status, that's even more corny. That's a sign of goofiness because it's gonna catch up to you. Somebody gonna get it. But I'm assuming that everything is working on here, man. It looks like it's still got this live up on this one video over here. I can't tell if it's actually doing that. So I'm gonna try to open up another video real quick on the screen, share, but probably close down the video because it looks like the screen share at StreamYard is not working fully. But I was fucking with Kevin hard so much. I mean, Katt Williams so much, man. It's like that's my dude, and he showed the ass that you got your boy. No, he didn't. I don't think he's gonna be going crazy. This gonna be your boy. Tori. He did a documentary. You think that they got, but it's a late night, all kind of shit that'll make a motherfucker have a battle going on, and it's in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Women. But these niggas will do anything to make it, man.
They think they can rewrite history. That Guy Tori did a beautiful special about the comedy.
Katt going at it. Let him talk his shit. This guy have to lift up that resonance. Walking so fast and be rocking. So I don't get a chance to sit still like that, but this is the time for right. I'm gonna let y'all hear the audio because you can't really play the video no more. The screen won't let you do it. This video is about Guy Tori. Said did Cedric the Entertainer and others, Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish performing Fat Tuesdays. So I didn't see the documentary, and I only remember what city Fat Tuesdays was in because I don't do comedy yet. But they're talking about that they perform at the show, and Katt Williams said they didn't perform there. So Guy Tori is saying his documentary was not a lie, that they did perform there. So let's let it hear. or you can hear your boy claiming it right there. Guy Tory saying it directly, and I can't play the streaming because it's killing the video stream. But you can see him saying that those people were there, and he said those two other ones was not. So they showed up in the audience and backstage, but they wasn't on stage. Let's see, say Tiffany Haddish wasn't even old enough, but she did get in the club. You know, have fake ID'd herself in there, you know, because she was really interested in being a comedy. Helped out, and it worked out. And some people, I'm sure, that went to Fat Tuesdays did not become comedians, or maybe gave up, or other things happened in their life. So these people are the ones who made it. These are people who became the celebrities from that time frame. So now we're sitting back just watching it play out, but it's beef in the game. And Kevin, as you can see, you know, it's a lot of beef in the game. So I just wanted to let y'all hear that because I didn't know. I mean, I heard the Fat Tuesdays, but I wasn't sure about how it played out. Let me make sure the audio went. Okay, the audio bit rate. It says, what is that? The audio stream current bit rate is lower than the recommended. The audio stream current bit. I don't even know how to lift a bit rate for a stream, so I gotta let that live. Yeah, okay, we working. Yeah, so it was just crazy watching some of the shit that Katt Williams was saying is actually getting debunked by certain people. Don't even know if some of the claims about his comedy being stole, but I did hear the jokes by both of them, and it's to me it ain't that similar, but I don't know the intricacies behind it because in his mind they perfectly the same. So then if he claimed that, then that's what the hell it is. That's what I claim right with him because it's his joke. And so, you know, sometimes people try to play with you when they don't think that you. It's almost like he said, like a bully situation. See, they outnumber him because they're a clique, and it's a clique of those guys. So that means, and they all millionaires and rich too. So it ain't like they just a clique of regular dudes. These fucking dudes have got crazy amounts of money. So with that being said, they're not afraid to, if they have to join forces against your little one ass and do what they got to do because it's just you look, it's just little you. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fight back individually because they ride as a formation. But to do what he did by coming out and naming by name each person and what they did and how they have acted, man, that was legendary. And right now, let me see how much the stream has gotten from his video yet. Let's just see, because I have to know. I got to know how many video streams has that video in 3 days. Because it came out 2 days ago. And then for sure, fuck sharp in that bitch. And that let you know all these damn comedians ain't cool. These motherfuckers, hey, niggas will kick it off with each other in a second if they had to. And it shows that. All right, so now we're going to scan now. And we're going to see how many lose. Hell, his nightcap got without us 10 down. Let's see. Okay, where's the interview with Kevin Hart? Okay, Katt Williams. I gotta write his name in there because there's just so much other shit up here now. So we gotta. I just want to see how many views. When I looked this morning, it was 22 million. So I want to see how many views they got so far on that video. Because he went crazy on Ludacris too. Snap the fuck off on Ludacris. 24 million so far. So it's 24 mil on that video right now. Katt Williams Unleashed, Club Shay Shay, 24 million. So that's what he got. So that lets you know that these boys, everybody he named, from Kevin Hart to Diddy, he said, I ain't go to the Diddy parties. He was inviting me, but I ain't go there. He said, they calling Diddy and them out. All these sexual deviants, that nigga went crazy. Man, he can't. She wasn't doing this. She ain't even got no special shit. Dude, I wish I could play the video or I could play some of the video back of his video, but they're not letting it happen right now on YouTube. But I wish y'all was able to give some comments right now, but I know it probably comments in the comments. But I love comedy. My son, after having vagal when he was a little as kid, he grew up to ultimately do comedy. And, a lot of times comedy is a good thing because it helps you get through life and help you get through issues in this scenario. Even if you do comedy, I never did stand up, but I think I'm going to do stand up now. Not because of this video, but I just haven't had a real reason and a chance to. But now my kids are grown. I just released some music. All my music is banging the fuck out. So for me now, it's like I want to release some comedy shit, and then make people laugh and do something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to doing something like that. But I just want to talk about Kevin Hart, Cat Williams. Talking about Kevin Hart. I knew they had a beef because I don't know if it's short man syndrome or if he just see Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart sees Cat Williams. Cat Williams sees Kevin Hart as just a real success story that he can't get to that level. I don't know. Because a lot of people stay quiet because they want to keep opportunities available to them. You don't want to bite the hands that's feeding you. You don't want to make the top people not utilize you or fuck with you. So most people are not going to say nothing negative to the industry or about the industry because they don't want that to be a backlash. It'll be people like me who are on the outside of the industry. I don't necessarily get checks and money from them. People in the industry and shit like that. So I gotta, as they say, eat what I kill. You know what I mean? I gotta make my money my way. But it is people who get money in the industry, and they have to be careful what they say and who they align themselves with, and what part of discussions that they get in. You got Twitter and all this, Facebook and Instagram. They got so many ways to see people. So if you maybe extra black political or you extra, whatever, people could judge you because they actually could just follow you right there on the internet. And if they can't follow you, that's actually a bad thing too. It's like, damn, you're supposed to be a success or being successful, but you're not online. What can I see? We can't follow you. So you can lose your people by doing that. So somebody like Cat Williams that's so, I don't even want to say, he had got bad press a long time. Being arrested. People, they do that to you in Hollywood worlds. And at that time, I remember he kept talking about he was going to expose people with the Illuminati. It was like videos that went viral early on. And they would say he was going to expose people that were from the Illuminati and tell all these things about people. And then he was running with Suge Knight for a minute. And then you just hear about arrest. He smacked somebody here. He smacked somebody in this room. In a Walmart or Target, in the airport, whatever his scenarios was, he was always getting arrested. So now, all that calmed down because that's what he was saying. When you saw me getting in trouble, it was this, that, and the reason, and this, that, and the reason. And then he would get out of trouble. So he said, if you're my fan, if I'm locked up, I'm going to be right out. So he really was just kind of like keeping it real with himself as being a comic and a person that he felt like these people crossed him. And he was like, it's 2024. I'm telling you, he kicked off a new league because there's going to be a lot of motherfuckers exposing people who play with them in just regular world, not so much just in the Hollywood world. Because even some of those people are trying to respond back to them, but they sound lame. It's like, hey, you came back. He made us laugh. What you got to say? Oh, because they say Kevin Hart came back on the ESPN. They got a show with his buddies, Plastic Cup Boys, and they came back with some responses to Cat Williams, and they was lame. The jokes wasn't funny. He kept going. Kevin Hart did everything he could to try to talk about Cat Williams. I would play it. Actually, I can't play it. I can play the audio, but you won't be able to see it. Let's see. ESPN. Cat. No. Cat. The K is killing me right there. Kevin Hart. It'd be actually crazy for actually finding like that. Kevin, that shit goes. Wait. But you won't be able to see it because every time I play it, the stream will start crashing. So Okay, here it is. So we're gonna play this. Well, how long is this video? It's short. It's about 5 minutes. So it will get right to it. I know how to click straight through the bullshit. I know how y'all listening to them. Yeah. You know this shit buffers. Get to it. The Plastic Cup Boys with Kevin Hart. But Kevin Hart goes off on. It don't look like this. The good. Yeah, but I can't figure it out which one. All right, here it is right here. Somebody did it in my one. That's no point, but Cal Williams started. Well, I mean, Kevin Hart started trying to hit him up with a bunch of jokes about it's stupid because you got better. You ain't just dropping jokes like that about Cat Williams after he went that fucking hard. I mean, man, come on, man. So that was really heavy hit. That was heavy hit, bro. It looked like Tommy Davidson said something. Let's see what he said. I didn't get a chance to hear that. So you got to give him 5 seconds. It's that's Al Crawford talking. I want to hear. That's my boy, but he got to have a job like everybody else. So you working at. Yeah, all right, so we ain't gonna find this because they just probably used his face, but it is. Yeah, he on tour with Katt, so he ain't gonna say it. But I just want to talk about Katt, man. That boy went into a whole nother thing. It's time to do that. The haters cannot. He said something that I'm gonna always remember, and I'm always gonna say it. He said that haters cannot tell the story. Excuse me. The haters cannot tell the story. You can't let the haters tell the fucking story. So that's why you got to speak your truth, because otherwise the haters is going to be the ones telling the story. They're not the people that don't work hard, basically, is what he said. Let's listen to a couple of seconds of his interview, and they might hit us with a commercial. I can't play the streaming because it's video, so we ain't going to do that this time. But the audio is just the same. Because you can go right over the Shannon Sharp video and watch it. It's at 24 million views. So it's a possibility somebody you know has seen it. You know what I'm saying? It's really it's really there we go. That was keep playing said, man. I'm not play that back. It says key shit. Real nigga shit. Now I heard it, so I want you to hear it. Now we gotta play a commercial. Don't play with me, y'all. Y'all doing it. All right, 2 seconds left. All right, back to the video. We're listening to the audio. Harvey watch the video. I swear. Well, let's go. Let's go. Right. Real shit. See that? How many people like that? Yeah. So I just wanted y'all to see, hear a little bit more. It's all off money. It's all off the seeking of money, trying to get your hands on money. And people play up for that. You know, bad contracts, bad people you might think is your boss, or people that got power over you. They don't even be a boss. They just be connected, and you trust them, and they trust you, and, and that, and the next thing you know, they just not in Hollywood. It's in other games too, other situations, other careers. If you lose a contract or a deal or them in the world, they want to put you in the world. So sometimes you gotta stand up for yourself. And I don't ever think you lost. Yeah, wait a minute. It'll tell you that is check. Everybody can check. Real shit. He'll go crazy. Man. He go crazy on the get it from God. Get it from God. Get it from God. Take it back. When y'all hear it from right from the court. Cat, cat. Yeah. Really. Gotta do a video out here. Yeah, I need to go check that 25, 25 million people, man. Jump back into the day, do some other work. Uh, love you, y'all, man. Y'all rock with me, man. It's just so beautiful having followers the world. Almost, um, almost a million likes. Video going crazy. Do it, legend, man. Hey, if he ain't never been a legend in his life, he made it this week. So man, I'm supporting him. I'm rocking with him. And I'm gonna holler at y'all again. Thank you for getting with your homie over here at Hood Films. I'm gonna be back. Let's go do some shorts.